So I've gotten back into speedrunning. That's actually what I was doing before I made this channel and was even doing Splatoon stuff. I used to speedrun a whole lot of different things and just recently got back into it with a game called VIVIDLOPE. VIVIDLOPE is an action puzzle game where the goal is to flip the colors of each tile in the game and fill a certain percentage of the colors in a whole level while dodging enemies and using items to aid your progression. The game has 10 worlds, with worlds 1 through 9 having 15 levels and the final world only having 7. To advance from each world, you must complete 12 of the 15 per world, and then all 7 levels in the final world. And that's how the speedrun has been completed. The original route was based around what the fastest 12 levels were per world, and then completing those and moving on, and that was until a secret was discovered. When you start a brand new file, if you run into this corner and hold left for a few seconds, you'll activate what's called short mode, which reduces the amount of levels you need to complete per world from 12 to only 5. This is a pretty big change and resulted in the speedrun going from roughly 2.5 hours into the current record at the time of making this video, which is just under 45 minutes. After this realization, every single speedrun of VIVIDLOPE starts with enabling short mode, and this is actually where the discovery comes in. Another runner by the name of Melokana found that we actually don't even need to walk in this corner. They found out that the game just checks to see if you've touched that tile, and then proceeds to listen for inputs to see if you're holding left on the controller or on the keyboard or whatever you're using. Meaning as long as we touch that tile, we can just hold left anywhere and it'll enable short mode. And we can actually make use of this to speed up this whole process. Before we can actually start the run, we're forced to listen to this enemy called a wobbler. He explains to us what's going on and what our goal is, and we have to listen to this guy explain this every time, and there's currently no way of skipping it. But if we are able to step over that tile I mentioned before, and then hold left on the controller while talking to the wobbler, the game will enable short mode. This is because the game is just listening for inputs, and actually doesn't even care if we're moving or not. We can be completely stationary like we are in this dialogue, and we can use this dialogue to actually enable short mode quicker. Now the question is, does this actually save time? And the answer is yes, actually. After doing several tests, it seems like on an average it saves about 2 seconds. Now, I know what you're thinking, 2 seconds in a 45-minute run, that's really not a whole lot of time saved, in which it isn't. But it does mean we can cut down on things that we're basically forced to start, where we no longer just stand in a corner at the beginning of every run. So while it doesn't seem like it saves a whole lot of time, it does save us in the long run from standing in a corner looking like idiots until the short mode is enabled. VIVIDLOPE is still a pretty new game, and there isn't even a whole lot of us running the game right now, but we're still looking into more and more discoveries. One of the earliest ones was discovering that if you press the retry button when loading into a stage, it'll actually skip this whole introduction sequence the game does, where it does a pan over of the level before you can start playing. By just mashing the reset button, you can just skip that whole animation and just start the level. That was one of the earliest discoveries, this being the newest one, and it's only a matter of time before something else comes up. It's still very much in its infancy, and it's still very much a small game, but we're definitely looking for more things, and the game is getting more optimized as we go, and I'm currently doing a lot of the routing for the items run, which utilizes a whole different mechanic in the game that I won't get into this point. But if you're interested in checking out VIVIDLOPE runs, I'll leave a link to our speedrun.com page in the description, along with the game's Steam page, as if the game looks interesting to you and you want to give it a try, it's 100% worth the money. So with that, I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.